A loud clattering resides in the garage next to the house as I strongly raise the shutters. Alright, shall we get started then? Perhaps because it was closed off, the garage was stifling hot. Immediately, I turned towards my beloved car under maintenance, purchased just a month earlier. It sounded good to call it a restoration, but really, it was work to simply get it to run properly. First, instead of calling it retro, the word scrap would fit better. Such was the age and condition of the car. However, thanks to that, I've lately been spending the weekends inside this garage. Someone knocked. Hi, Mako. Are you around? Over here. What's up? Coming all the way here. Yeah, well, I happened to come nearby, so I stopped over along the way. Hey, what's with you? You're all black. Because since yesterday I was changing the oil pan. Oil pan? Yeah, that was another big mess. But then there aren't that many amateurs who can get this far. I don't know anything about bread or supper or whatever. Look here, this homemade hoist, isn't it great? But figures, without a wrench, it's really hard. Yuka sighed. You know, Himeko, it's fine to love cars and all, but a young girl to get all black and be in the garage regularly, what do you think about that? You think that's strange? I don't have to think. It's strange. Aha! Well, that's fine, isn't it? You know, for me, instead of frilly clothes like you, Yuka, I like what I have here. Yeah, you've been like this for ages, that's true. She replied in a wary voice. Her name was Yuka. She also lived nearby, and from long ago, we often spent time together. However, our interests and personalities were polar opposites. And yet, we got along for some reason. It might have been exactly because our interests and personalities were different that we got along. If there was someone that could be called a best friend, for me, she would have been. But still, Himeko, you're quite the eccentric, aren't you? Using your first paycheck on such a beat-up car. Hey, it's not a beat-up car. Call it a unsnus. And even though it's old, this model's quite popular, you know. Oh? Really now? Yeah, and because of this, all the way until winter bonus time. It's lone hell. Now, how about you hurry up and fix it and take me for a drive? Yeah, I think by next week I'll run. Great, it's decided then, even next week. Wait, Sundays don't work for you, right? There's no real problem. But don't you have church? It's fine, I haven't been going lately anyways. From the start, I was a fake Catholic anyways. Hey, is it okay to say that? Yeah, it was just a coincidence that my house was next to a church after all. I'm home! The door opened and closed. Welcome home, you've been out quite late, Chihiro. You seem a bit down. Did you come back from the 7th floor? It was the 3rd time for someone I was in charge of. I see. Then it must have been hard in many ways. The 7th floor, that is the hospital's hospice. Hospice, generally known as the palliative care ward. Essentially, not a typical ward, but one for patients on their final treatment options. A ward with mental care as a primary focus. For us, as Catholics, volunteering as helpers had been very natural. Every day after college, my sister would head straight to the hospital. In her, I could see myself up to a few years ago. Here, I made you coffee. Thank you. Say, Oni-chan, You're not going to do it anymore. It? You mean be a helper? Right now, hospitals everywhere are short-handed and it's been difficult for them. I see. But I'm done with it. Unlike you, I only went because I wanted university credits. Oh, saying that again? It's not like it's a lie. Anyways, I'm more worried about you. Me? Yes, about how it's not a place that's suitable for someone like you. My sister fell silent at those words. However, those were only my true feelings. In a way, I knew from my own experiences how useless superficial resolve was. At least, for a kind, good girl like Chihiro, I knew that it would be painful to be a hospice helper. So, how was it? What's it like now? Ah, yes. It was the first time I'd been to the 7th floor, so I'm still not used to it. And also, the person I'm in charge of is on their 3rd time after all. It doesn't seem far off. Indeed, no matter how many times they're discharged and then return, there shouldn't be a 4th time. That wasn't something that the hospital publicly said. But even without saying, if you were involved with the place, you'd learn it whether you liked it or not. Say, Oni-chan. God, what exactly is he doing, I wonder? Who knows, he's probably busy. A few days later, with the main repairs in the car finished, we went out for a drive. Ahaha! It really does run great. Hey, hi Meiko, don't go so fast. Eh? This is totally safe driving. That may be true for you, but for a driver just on paper like me, this driving makes my heart jump. Ah, roadsters are the best. Hey, listen to people when they're talking. And hey, what's with this car? What's wrong? Why isn't there a roof? Well, that's how it is. No, not how it is. The wind messes up your hair, doesn't it? Silly girl, to not understand the joys of an open top. Such toys a young girl does not need. Oh, and I spent an hour making it up too. The sun was still high and the car ran under the refreshing cool of a sky before the rainy season. Soon after leaving a long mountain road, the deep blue sea spread wide. The sea route continued endlessly. From nearby came the crashing of waves and seagull calls. Even the phoenix palms planted by the beach houses, each and every one was tall. It felt like visiting southern lands. So why don't we take a little break? Sure.